Okay, now we're going to get into the J's of the record collection, and we'll start it off with the Jam. And this one's called Setting Suns. And this is the only record by this band that I have. And it's pretty good. I tend to speed it up whenever I play it. Okay, here's a record. It's a children's Christian record, and I'm reading you the front cover. There is no back cover to this thing. And the front cover says, "Hi gang, how do you like me riding this bucking donkey? Of course that donkey is just a dummy, but it was a lot of fun, but not half as much fun as you will have listening to this record. It is dedicated to my favorite people, young people just like you." And the song titles are Boys and Girls for Jesus, Zacharias, I'm So Happy, A Real Ghost Story, and then side 2 is A New Look and Daniel and the Lion's Den. And here's what the cover looks like. And this is a pretty strange record. It's about, I don't know, $20 or $30 if you find somebody selling it on the internet. I found this beat up copy, for not that much money, but the copy is kind of beat up. But anyway, this is just really, really strange. The way it sounds is kind of scary. Anyway, if you see this thing and it's not too expensive, don't be afraid to pick it up. This is just a great Halloween record. Oh, and it's called Jigger's Storytime. So it's a good Halloween record. Okay, this is the John Cougar Concentration Camp, My Hair Hurts. And this is the John Cougar Concentration Camp doing the Screeching Weasel, My Brain Hurts album in its entirety. And it's actually pretty good. Okay, this is Jesus Fucking Christ, Life's Hateful Seed. And this is a band from Seattle, and it's a metal band. Kind of like a speed metal type band. And it's not bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Here's the Jim Carroll Band. I'm sure everybody knows about this record, so there's no need to describe it. Here is a John Cougar record, and it's called Nothing Matters and What If It Did, which is kind of a funny album title. And the only reason why I have this thing is because, it was only like $1. And plus, it has Edith Massey from the John Waters films on the cover. That's the only reason. I've never listened to it. I couldn't imagine what it sounds like. Okay, here is the soundtrack to a movie that has a crazy ending. And it's got Susan Sarandon in it, Peter Boyle, and the ending of this thing is unimaginable. So Joe Speaks, look it up. It's probably on YouTube, and it just has a crazy ending to it. It's kind of disturbing. This is Jack Killed Jill. I found this for $1 in a little bin at a punk rock show. And this is just like pop punk. Nothing really special about it. It's worth $1 though. Here's the My Only Jesus and Mary Chain record, the I Hate Rock and Roll 10-inch. And this one's interesting. Not the best, not the worst. Here's the best. This is a Jimmy Swaggart record. It's called The Plague. And it's just him talking. But the album cover is the reason why you'd want it. This little 7-inch back here is an Oral Roberts 7-inch, and he's talking about things that he wants you to believe are important. Same with the Jimmy Swaggart, but still, it's a spooky little album cover. Here's An American Demon, and this is the lead singer of TSOL, and he's telling his life story on this record, and it's autographed. And if you can find this thing, because it was a internet order, and they made 250 of these, and I just happened to be on the computer that day, so I got one. But if you do find one of these things, it's a very interesting listen. Jonathan Winters, The Best of Maud Frickett, and Elwood P. Scuggins. This record is worth all of the $3 I paid for it. Might even be worth $5. This one is definitely worth $5 when you see it in the used record store. And it is Jonathan Winters going through dozens of characters. Here's the soundtrack to Jaws 2. Here's the soundtrack to Jaws. Here's the new and improved. And once I get this out of the plastic, I'm never going to get it back in. Here's the new and improved soundtrack to Jaws. And there's the gatefold. And the records are blue with white swirl. And let's see what's in here. A little book. Or is it a poster? Oh, it's a fold-out thing. And that's the Jaws new and improved soundtrack, which actually is really good. If you live in Southern California, you shouldn't be without it. And here's what the vinyl looks like on both. And I'll put this thing back together later because it'll take some time. Because the record jacket is big. Here's the OBI strip. Okay, here's Jerry's Kids, Kill, Kill, Kill. This is a great record. I couldn't imagine being without it. Here's Jerry's Kids, This Is My World, and this is also a great Boston punk rock record, but I'm sure that most of you already have that. Okay, here's Jello Biafra with Plainfield. And this is not Jello Biafra with Plainfield. This is like a practical joke record by Plainfield against Jello Biafra. But it's in with the Jello Biafra records. Okay, here's the No Means No Jello Biafra LP. Nothing needs to be said about this. Very perfect thing. Here's the Rejected by Record Store Day 7-inch and the Jello Biafra and the what is this band called? The New Orleans Raunch and Soul All Stars. And this thing is it's okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it just kind of is. Here's I Blow Minds for a Living, a Jello Biafra spoken word record. This thing's very, very good. Here's Beyond the Valley of the Gift Police, Jello Biafra spoken word. This one, again, is a must-have. Comes with a bunch of stuff in it. I'm not even going to take this thing apart. There's posters and newspapers and all kinds of things in there. Okay, this is Jello Biafra, The Big Kaboom, Part 1. And this one's pretty good too. And this is the No WTO combo. And this is Jello Biafra and a bunch of, some 3 other Seattle musicians on this thing. And this has a poster in it and lyric sheet and a bunch of stuff. And this one's really good. It's almost kind of an EP. It's only got 5 songs on it. But the 5 songs that are on it are really great. Here's Jello Biafra with the Melvins, Sig Howdy. And this one is more interesting than, I guess, great. And this copy is autographed by the artist right there on the back. And I got that autograph from her at a book signing in Portland, Oregon. And I bought the little book, had her sign it. Then I brought that thing out and she thought it was funny and told me a little story about how they contacted her and wanted her to do the art. And since she knew about Jello Biafra and the Melvins, she was glad to do it. Okay, here's Jello Biafra with the Melvins. Never Breathe What You Can't See. And this thing is near perfection. Just one of the best Jello Biafra records ever. Alright, here's the Witch Trials. And this is a Jello Biafra, and I think the guitar player from the Dead Kennedys and the dude from Mott the Hoople are involved with this musical spoken word project, and this one also is a must-have. Here's Jello Biafra and the Guantanamo School of Medicine, Advanced Methods of Questioning. There's a little flyer from when I went and seen them in Seattle. And this thing is, half of the songs are great, and the other half are, they're okay. But if half are good, it's worth buying. Okay, here's Jello Biafra, Mojo Nixon. And this thing is entertaining. And it's another one of those where half of the songs are really entertaining and then the other half could have been more entertaining. Here's Jello Biafra, The Audacity of Hype. And this whole thing is great. Except for the last song, I Won't Give Up. That's not that good. All the other ones on here are the best ever. Okay, here's Jello Biafra, Guantanamo School of Medicine, White People and the Damage Done. And this is another one where half of the songs are really, really great, and then the other half are not. Here's a Jello Biafra, If Evolution is Outlawed, Only Outlaws Will Evolve. And this is a spoken word, and this one's really good. And this one, all 3 records are picture discs. And this one is not very expensive to pick up. And it's definitely worth it. Okay, here is what I consider the best Jello Biafra spoken word record, and this is High Priest of Harmful Matter, Tales from the Trial. And this is the best one. Listening to this one first, if you've never heard any of Jello Biafra's spoken word, will make you buy all the others. This one is just better than good. Okay, here's Jello Biafra, spoken word, album number 7, Machine Gun in the Clown's Hand. And this one's really good too. Not as good as the High Priest one, but actually all his stuff is worth buying. Here's the Become the Media, Jello Biafra spoken word 6 album. And this one's really good. 3 records. And I wish I had the time in these videos to take all these apart because they're filled with like stickers and posters and all the original stuff that came with them because I bought them right when they came out. Okay, this is Jello Biafra, Guantanamo School of Medicine, EP 10-inch, Shockupy. This has got 3 songs on it, and one of them is good. The other 2 are so-so, but the Brock Star O Bummer is a really great song, and it's worth buying this 10-inch for. And you can pick this up, it's not very expensive. They made a lot of them. Okay, here's the very first Jello Biafra spoken word, No More Cocoons. And this one is the best ever. Okay, here is a masterpiece. Every song on this thing is good. I don't know how this could be improved. It couldn't. And this is Jello Biafra with DOA, The Last Scream of the Missing Neighbors. And this is kind of an EP. But what an EP it is. This thing, words can't describe how good this record is. Okay, next up is, and the last record of the Jays, is the Jumpstart Plowhards, Round 1. And this is the guy from the Minutemen and the guy from Toys That Kill, and this is their little project, and it's just okay. I was lucky enough to get one of the rare brown colored vinyl. Because when I ordered it, all the brown colored vinyl was gone. So I just ordered the regular one, and that Todd guy from Toys That Kill, he must have known it was me because I've seen Toys That Kill, I don't know, about 24 times, and he must have known it was me because he sent me a brown one, and I didn't order a brown one. Unless he just made a mistake. Let's hope it was because of me. Okay, that's the Jays. Now on to the Eyes. The Eyes are not very many records. Here is a new pressing of Ism, A Diet for the Worms. This is a weird, crazy, thrashy, punk rock band from the early 80s. That have songs that are offensive and stupid, and the only reason why you'd want this thing is for the John Hinckley Jr. song. That's that's the standout track on this, and it's worth buying the album just for that song. Okay, these next few albums. The next 3 albums, I don't like this band. I think they sound weak. There's just nothing about them that moves me. In fact, I just hate hearing them. But they have got the best album covers ever. It's kind of strange. So here we go. This is the Wicker Man picture disc. I won't say the name of the band because I kind of hate this band, but you cannot deny this artwork. This artwork is out of sight. I wish the band sounded like the artwork. They don't. Plus, the lead singer of this band in an interview attacked punk rock for some reason. And I just thought, well, your band sounds like something that would attack punk rock. Okay, here's a little OBI strip that came with it. This is this record. Great album cover art. The back of it is a live shot. I won't even show that. The inside's a live shot. I won't show that. I won't show any of that either. Just a bunch of stupid guys standing around. But here's some more of the artwork. And it's the artwork that made me buy this record album. Plus, it wasn't expensive. I thought it would be more, but I think it was only like $15 for this at a record store in the Dalles, Oregon. See if we can get it in the plastic sleeve. The record jacket on these picture discs is really, really big. So it's hard to fit inside these protectors. It takes a while to get them in there. So I'll put that one in later. Okay. Here's that work of art. No need to show you any more. And no art on that to show you, so we'll just go straight to the picture disc. And this right here is worth buying this record. Just to look at it. Don't play it. You'll be disappointed. Their songs were so non-threatening. Yeah, that's it. They're just, it did not match the artwork. Okay, here is a record that called IMD, and this came with another record, kind of like as a package stabilizer. And I don't know much about this, other than it's really good. So this came for free with another record I bought. And I don't know anything about this band. There's really no information about them on the back. And it's just strange, noisy punk rock. So if you see this thing, it's definitely worth picking up. Okay. Here is Ice-T, I Am Your Pusher, and this is a maxi single with a bunch of different versions of I Am Your Pusher. Okay, here's a really, really good record. Iron Reagan, Crossover Ministry, and I got this autographed when I went and seen him in Detroit. And this one came with a candle. I don't know where that candle is. It's somewhere. You know what, okay, I know where the candle is. I'll show it to you. That's what the vinyl looks like. And let me go get the candle that came with this thing. Okay. And here it is. So that record album, if you ordered it off the internet, came with this. All right, and I got one more record to show you, and it might just be the best one. Okay, here we go. I don't need to say anything about this record. It speaks for itself. No one should be without it. That's it for the J's and the I's. Geez, I got a lot more to get through. Okay, that's it for now. Remember, buy Iron Maiden records for the artwork. It's definitely worth it. Don't play the record. It ruins the thrill of the artwork.